Yes, I mean, sorry to give you the bad news. AI will replace jobs in Malaysia, like I think in the rest of the world. I think a lot of companies are still trying to accept it 100%. Here's the thing you also need to realize that, controversial. Okay, anyway, so I saw what.
You didn't tell me that, right? People have been too focused on training the technical people, where the end users, they are...
Wow, I want to know my story. I'm turning 50 this month. I actually started doing hotel catering. You know, participants learn, don't learn. At the end of the day, it's just a checkbox. I thought I can do better than what the other. I want to make change. So, of course, I've got ambitions. I think the only way to succeed is if I open up my own business. Of course, I love tech. I know that tech can save a lot of time for a lot of people if used correctly. I think that's a big community which is underserved, which is the end users, the non-technical people. So that's one of my missions at 24. As I always say in the class, I mean, this is the first time in human history that we now have a technology that can actually think and act on its own without any human beings. I mean, that's...
Hi everyone, so welcome to our first podcast. Here we have our one and only Ali Reza Asmi. Let's welcome him.
Hello.
So Ali, can you tell us a bit about yourself, like your story, and why did you start 24 Consulting?
Okay. Wow, I want to know my story. Okay lah. I'm turning 50 this month. It's January. We're recording this in January.
Okay.
So quite old anyway. I've been in the tech industry for very long. So I started my career in 2001. The backstory is, I was always involved in computers when I was young, in my teens. I had a computer, play around with it, you know, at a time when the screen was still black. I don't even know whether you can see it before. I even used diskettes before.
Diskettes, yeah. Diskettes.
So, you know, so I've been there. I think I've been there from the very start of the computer revolution, so to speak. I'm Gen X. I think a lot of Gen X will also resonate. So I've always been interested in tech because I'm all for using tech to make my life easier. You know, I've been preaching to all of you also.
That's why you are so deep into the industry of tech right now, right? Like out of so many, like there's F&B there's fashion but you did not go to any one of that.
That's interesting. Yeah, well, I actually started doing hotel catering, if you believe it or not. Yeah. Hotel catering. So
you didn't tell me that, right?
I'm not sure. I didn't tell you that. I think I told you that. But yeah, so
okay.
This was before my IT so after school, wasn't quite sure what to do. You know, then I went to learn hotel catering. I even worked at a hotel. I was in Langkawi for 3 months for training, and then I was working here in KL as well. So I've got a bit of background of hotel. So don't know that's why you see my service I talk to people, all been trained, bro.
That's why you keep saying 5 stars everywhere, right?
Exactly. 5-star service, yes.
So why did you start 24 Consulting? I mean, like, I've known that you have been in the field. You have been training for how many years again?
Wow, too long. Since 2001.
Since 2001.
23 years, 24 years. Oh, shit, 24 years. Oh,
24 years. All right. No, I mean, like, no, we just keep it casual, you know. This is how you know this is a podcast. This is real shit.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like, how is it different? Like, you came from a training background, but now you kept going into another training. So what's the difference from your freelance career and now opening your own training company?
Okay, well, good question. So I've always been a freelance trainer. So freelancing means basically I'm on my own. I only need to worry about myself. I don't have to worry about, there's no boss, all right? So I want to work, I work. I don't want to work, I don't work. Of course, no work, no money. Things changed a bit during the pandemic when I had an opportunity to join a public listed company, so I did, and where I was heading a training unit there. And it's because I've not, freelance so many years, right? Suddenly work with people, a bit not nice, all right? So anyway, I left that and I joined a training company. That's why I met you. let's not mention
Yes.
names.
Yes.
So anyway, uh, yeah, so it didn't really work out because I saw what controversial. Okay, anyway, so I saw what training providers are doing out there, lah. So I think it's because my spirit, I cannot be tied down. I even hate it. So yeah, I just realized it wasn't for me, and I thought that okay, so of course I've got ambitions, and I think the only way to succeed is if I open up my own business. Now, of course, it was scary, but I did have my experience before with the other company I was telling you about. So I had a few contacts. So scary, but at the same time, okay. I thought I can do better than what the other TPs are doing in KL, in the sense that yeah, you also know lah, right? Participants learn, don't learn. At the end of the day, it's just a checkbox, for both the provider and also the company. So I thought I want to make a change lah. So I love tech. I know that tech can save a lot of time for a lot of people if used correctly. I'm sure you can imagine as well. I mean, you've been using Canva a lot. So imagine like last time you still had to do like Adobe Photoshop where damn it, you spend 6 months just trying to learn the tools, what the buttons do and so on. So with Canva, it's so much easier. So I thought, yeah, I mean, I think that's a big community which is underserved, which is the end users, the non-technical people who are also need to get good at tech. So that's one of my missions at 24. And yeah, so, just want to help people.
I also think like maybe it's the courses that are offered by training providers. Most of them, they are too expensive for end users. And also, let's say ChatGPT has been in the industry for like, 4-5 years, but there's still no cost. The costs are still just coming out from them. So like, to tailor new courses for people, it's very slow. Like, they are not
Okay.
versatile enough but
Yeah.
like at 24, we see something that is propelling, we can create a course for that for end users, right? Yeah. So
Correct.
I think that is really interesting. So let's talk about AI lah a bit, right? Since we are talking about, ChatGPT and stuff. So what's AI to you? Like, how do you see this tech? Like everyone is talking about ChatGPT lah, DALL-E lah, everything lah. So what is AI to you, and what is the role that AI is playing in Malaysia especially?
Okay, so what is AI to me? Yeah. Okay, I guess I gotta just basically say what AI means lah, which is it's about creating a machine that can think and act and make decisions like a human being. I know that it's run by computers because, like I said, I've been there from the start. So the computer is only as smart as the data you feed into it. And of course, you've also got to have the logic, the algorithm that is doing it. So AI to me is essentially just computers being very, very smart. Computers and devices being able to make decisions on behalf of us human beings, either to make our lives easier or to help us with making difficult decisions, or even helping us recommend what movie to watch,
Yes.
So AI to me is a game-changing technology, as I always say in my class. I mean, this is the first time in human history that we now have a technology that can actually think and act on its own without any human beings. I mean, that's very important to realize, because, I mean, if you look at all the inventions in the world today, like the car, the phone, you still need a human man, to operate the damn thing. So, but with AI, once you feed it with enough data, you tell it what to do, you give instructions on what to do with the data. That's it. All right. So that's what AI is to me. And just like any technology, I guess what we're supposed to do with it is try to figure out how it can help us. And in Malaysia, like I think in the rest of the world, I think a lot of companies are still trying to accept it 100%. I think the adoption rate is getting a lot faster yearly and yearly. And I think ChatGPT, I think no more than 3 years. You mentioned 4-5 years. I believe it's like, I think maybe only start 2-3 years only actually. So it's actually shorter. So and the speed that is going at. Yeah. So computing power is going to get more and more powerful, more and more cheaper. When I say compute power, means all the processing, processor, all those NVIDIA chips, that's processing all this AI data. Those are going to get cheaper. Data is going to get more and more abundant. So we're going to get more smarter systems. So yeah, I mean, that's AI lah.
So do you think, I mean, like, I'll ask a question that everyone is trying to ask lah. Do you think AI will replace humans or not? Because I do think that, I did hear that, AI right now, it seems like, okay, AI is trying to help us, doing all this kind of stuff. But if we see it like Amazon is, laying off people, replacing them by machines, and I think eventually every job will be replaced by AI, right?
Yes, I mean, sorry to give you the bad news. Yes, AI will replace jobs, but here's the thing you also need to realize that every new technology that comes in will replace jobs. So it's nothing new that has been happening to us as humans. For example, last time, how do we get around? Transport, we use horses, right? Well, I didn't use lah, but people last time used horse, right?
Yeah.
So I'm sure there were people who were employed to be horse rider, all right? Or the horse driver, taxi, all right? Then after that car come, then what happened to that poor guy, with the horses? No job, right?
No job.
Then some more the shop that supply all the horses, then what? Kill the horse? Probably, maybe eat the fur for meat or something. So anyway, but even before that, I mean, if you take a look at Kodak, the film.
Oh yeah, yeah.
All right.
Never used it.
Oh, wow, you so young, are you?
Never used it. Yeah.
Yeah. So see, you never knew that job existed, right?
Yes.
But it did. All right. Last time they used to employ a lot of people, to just work at that camera shops, take people's film, then process for them, print for them, put them in the envelope, then pass to them. No more job.
True.
So AI, yes. All right. There will be certain jobs that's going to be going off fast now, and I think we can see it today already, like roles in customer service. When I say customer service, okay, don't panic yet. It's the first line like asking you always get customer asking hey, you open or not? Okay, chatbot can answer that. What
Chatbot can answer, yeah.
Can what do you sell? Okay, maybe chatbot can answer that also lah.
True.
So you might not have those kind of people. So what does it mean for the organization? For the individual yang doing that work, need to be reskilled lah. So like it or not, no more job lah. But from the company's point of view, you get to save money.
Yeah, true.
All right.
So it aside of it, it's removing job, but aside of it, it's creating opportunities also.
Exactly. And I also see that the way businesses are going to head is that there's going to be a lot more small business all over the world. I don't think it's going to be controlled by all those big companies anymore. I think businesses will get local. We'll probably buy our favorite baju also, from a local brand in Malaysia instead of, ordering all the way into US. Quality is the same. All right. Price point a lot cheaper. And it's all possible through technology lah. I mean, we have gone, okay, not too bad. We've survived so far for 1 year. We've leveraged a lot of tech, so that makes us a lot bigger than we actually really are, and a lot faster as well than we can actually be, all through the help of tools.
So, I mean, like, talking about the help of tools and adoption of AI, right? Like what you have mentioned. So, in 2024, I think we have done quite multiple Gen AI courses for a lot of our customers, right? Like, JDN, UMSA, and a lot. So, among all those companies, right, what is like one big challenges that you see that they are facing right now? Like, either it's the adoption of tech or it's their quality of work. Like, what do you think?
Okay. Well, tough question, but let me try and answer now. Okay. What I notice is this lah. Now, to be fair, it's not something new. because as I said, I've been involved since, the Windows days, Windows XP days, where a lot of people install a lot of stuff on all the computers. And then during that time, Windows XP days, there were so many viruses, Trojan worms. So users back then, when I say users, the end users, all right? So the end users, the people in the HR accounts and so on. So back then, they had to rely a lot on the IT teams, all right? Problem means call them. So they didn't really know how to handle their Windows-based machines, okay? So most of the time, they'll probably end up downloading a lot of stuff they don't need, all right?
Yes.
Or accidentally clicking on the button, without reading it, and then suddenly what happens is install stuff in the background, then suddenly got virus,
and you need to go take care of it.
Yeah, exactly. So correct. So, and a lot of these things happen. I mean, I used to manage a network of computers, and it's a lack of knowledge on the non-technical users part, the HR people. So, and back then there wasn't a real focus on how to train these people how to use Windows. It's basically more on okay lah, send them for Excel training, PowerPoint training, settle lah. Okay, hopefully they're smart lah. So today I still see the same issues with the end users. Maybe perhaps downloading the wrong app, like you also saw, right? We asked them to use ChatGPT, and then they open up their phone, and you see all the apps all wrong. ChatGPT one they download because they just simply search for GPT and then install whatever the first thing that comes out. So there's still that lack of knowledge, even though the operating system like Windows now has gotten a lot safer, places less burden, and at least with tools all on the internet is a lot easier. But still, I think the number one thing is that there are still some users that I see which are still not comfortable in handling their own laptops if they run into problems. And if they are not able to do that, then a bit susah because then they'll be slow. So,
I guess it's the digital literacy, like the digital readiness.
Yeah, you're right. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean now, like I say, it's gotten easier. It's gotten a lot safer. So people are not being attacked so much now. I mean, you hardly hear about people getting Trojan worm viruses. It's now just maybe using the wrong apps, all right, for the wrong job, for example. This is what I see a lot lah.
See, right? I mean, like that's really valid lah. Like although internet and computers has been around for so many years, but it's I think it's also like what you have mentioned a lot is the focus of end users. Like people have been too focused on training the technical people, where the end users they are almost left out. They have to learn themselves out. Like I don't really hear people say like, oh, I'm going to a tech training, because most of them who goes to tech training are the technicians. The end users are all left out. Okay, maybe we just do some internal training for them and that's it. But when it's in an organization, I think mass adoption is very important. And I think when we approach these companies to do training also, it's more like we are forcing everyone to learn this thing, and we are telling you, okay, this is beneficial. Please learn this. Right?
Yeah. Well, I think nowadays there needs to be like a base level of knowledge that every individual needs to know lah. Like for example, how to connect to Wi-Fi, all right?
Yeah.
No, seriously, But when connect to Wi-Fi, also don't connect to public hotspot, no password. Okay, that one don't do lah. Things like that lah. Then knowing which browser to use. Understanding a little bit that like for example, we use Chrome. Chrome is superior than say Firefox. Or even Safari, for that matter, being able to troubleshoot simple things like, for example, knowing that it's not your fault. Sometimes you run problems, on all this SaaS-based websites,
Yes.
and users seem to think that it's them. But often it's actually the other side one. You just need to refresh, So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you start a new chat, for example, if GPT starts going crazy, you start a new chat, so these are just some of the small things, that hopefully makes the end user a bit more confident in using the tools lah. Because and of course having good habits when surfing also is important, like not opening up 37 tabs and leaving them open.
True. Yeah, so Okay, why not let's close this podcast with something more positive, like just now was like it's a bit serious and we talked about how AI can replace humans. I'm like, okay, but maybe let's end this with like one piece of advice that you would give to someone. Either they are looking for future proofing their career, the apps in this ever changing tech space, right? So like what is one advice that you would give to them?
You're talking about non-technical people, right? All the HR
Of course,
people.
like I think it's the non-technical people that is struggling the most right now. Just like me and you. I know I'm not you, maybe me,
Okay. Maybe come to our course. That's number one. No lah, seriously lah. There's nothing out there lah. I don't see, like you said, there's nothing out there that say, hey, come you HR, come lah, I teach you how to use computer. We assume that they know how to use. I guess for those who are really who wants to know, wants to learn, I guess you gotta help yourself. I came from a generation. Wow, again, hantam, very sad. I came from a generation which, tells me to read the manual, for example. Yeah, so watch YouTube videos. I mean, definitely ask for help from friends who actually know what they're doing. Reach out to us. There's no stupid questions to us. I mean, if you really need help, reach out to us. But I guess the number one advice is use the right apps. All right, use the official apps. If you want to use anything like GPT, Canva, make sure you download it from the right source. Use Chrome lah. I'm not advocating Chrome, but I believe Chrome is one of the more safer browsers in the world right now. So maybe use that. And generally, if you're comfortable, you're using Shopee, Lazada, topping up your mobile wallet, you should be fine lah. You should be fine. It's just that have a spirit of experimenting. There's a lot of tools right now you can try for free. Even this one.
Yes.
Even
the podcast thing we are using right now, we are on the free trial version.
Yeah.
If it didn't work out, we just scrape it.
So I mean, this is. I mean, not being afraid. Just try. What's the worst that can happen? The worst that can happen today, your browser hack. You close the browser, open again. Just be careful when it comes to money.
Sure.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Just be careful when it comes to money.
So I would say is be open-minded, but at the same time, protect yourself at all times.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Yeah, the internet is full of bad people, so let's just try to be safe.
What a way to end this podcast. Okay, so I think that's all for today. Thank you so much, Ali. It's very late at night actually. Yeah. It's like 9:30 already, and we are still working. Why?
Yeah, man.
Why?
Man.
Whose idea is this? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so
man, no, need to sleep, man.
Yo.
No, I mean, for those watching, I mean, if we're just trying stuff out, if it works, it works. It doesn't work, it doesn't work. Also, one other tip lah, I guess you can advise people who are just starting up. Also, just try stuff, man. I mean, don't be afraid. I mean, we're always trying stuff. We may not be in the mood to do things, all right, but. We do it anyway lah, who knows. So keep on supporting us, we value your support. Subscribe to us if you haven't done so, and feel free to leave comments and let us know what you want us to talk about, or in the next free class. I mean, reach out to Onion, reach out to our team. We'll be more than happy to talk to you guys.
All right, I think that's it. Okay, see you guys in the next episode. I hope this episode I hope this series continues lah.
I hope.
If not, we just discontinue it.
All right.
All right. See you. Okay. Bye.
Take care. Bye.